Hi, welcome everyone. It's Friday, November 4th, 2022. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna. And this is Farm Talk Friday. Sorry we missed last week where we were in Mexico.
Or we were traveling. I'm not sure, but
We
it was
were-
impossible to.
We were there. We were in Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, and we just got back from Dia de los Muertos celebrations. They don't celebrate Halloween, obviously, in Mexico. But
Well, at least not in Tepoztlan.
right. Yeah, we hear like in Mexico City, some kids do it, sort of emulating what happens in the States. But overall, for the country overall,
Ken is on.
hey, Ken, cool.
Again.
Right. So basically, they celebrate 2 days. The day after Halloween, which is the first, that's All Saints Day. And especially where we were in Tepoztlan, it's more for the kids. And there's a lot of costumes, and the parents are out with the kids. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because they have to sing. They have to sing for their candy. So they sing these cute little songs and get candy.
Yeah.
And then...
But if you're an adult, sometimes you're offered either candy or beer.
Yeah, or pulque, or...
Yeah.
And then on the second is All Souls Day, which is Dia de los Muertos. And on the second, they dress up the cemeteries just beautifully. They spend all day and sometimes the night before with all those beautiful orange marigolds and making the cemetery beautiful. I mean, overall, they just have a really good relationship with death and the dead in Mexico.
Yeah, it was very sweet. So on the night before the Day of the Dead, the houses are kind of open, and some people allow you to come into their home and view the altars that they've built for their loved ones. And we were very fortunate to have had a shaman describe to us like how the altars are built and the significance of everything. And so it was very sweet. And then to experience the people, like it's not a sad thing for them. They are expecting the spirits of their relatives to come visit, and so that is a cause for celebration.
Yes.
So.
All right.
And Ken said that the day before was for the kids, but I ran into a death doula friend, Mary, while I was down there, who I've known since she was
Maybe 9.
young. Yeah, maybe 9, she says. I think maybe a little bit older than 9, but that's okay. Since she was young. And so now she's in this full practice. She takes her students from her death doula training there every year to Tepoztlan for their graduation. Like, what a beautiful way to celebrate their graduation, for a big celebration around death. But she said that day is actually like they're honoring the kids that didn't make it, like the unborn children. So that's part of the reason why it's like for children. It's not that it's for children in the way that it is like Halloween is, but that but they're honoring the ones that didn't actually even get into the world yet, but we're growing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So as far as what's going on the farm, well, we've only been here a few hours, and we got to get Ken to his swim meet soon. So
there's our igloo right there. It's our tiny chicken tractor that only has 2 of our chickens. It has a new blue lona, a blue tarp on top because our other one was leaking. And it's been raining like crazy here, so we thought we'd help out those 2 with a nice new tarp. It's working great.
But we didn't buy the tarp. We actually reused it.
We reused it. We reused it, yes.
We upcycling implies that you make it into something even more valuable than it was. So I'm not really sure that we could claim that it was upcycling, but it was for sure recycling.
Yes.
Anyway, so those girls seem like they're doing good. They're shy as ever. I went and said hi to them. They immediately turned their backs on me. Wanted to run into the egg glue. Hi, P. And then the other girls, I went to say hi to them, and they're always like, "You got food?" And then they're like, oh, you don't have food. Okay, well, whatever. But they don't turn their backs on you exactly. They just start to kind of back up and just be like, well, we're really not that interested in you unless you have food. But Ken's favorite, Butterscotch, she's speckled. She is a speckled chicken now, just like her sister. She was not speckled before.
So she changed colors during the week we were gone?
She got spots. Somehow she must have wanted to look more like her sisters, and now she's a speckled chicken too. And so I'll have to post those photos. I'll have to find photos of her before and do one of those comparisons. But that is so wild to me. I mean, we haven't been gone that long, and I'm like, look at you.
Okay, one other thing about our visit to Tepoztlan, Mexico, is that we would go out to local restaurants, like real local restaurants. And, you know, we live in Costa Rica, and we think we know Mexican food, and not that there's Mexican food here, but we thought we knew Mexican food.
Oh, yeah.
And I swear we would read the menus and not recognize anything on the menu, which was great, actually. There were these things in Tepoztlan that they were a local delicacy, and they were called itacate.
Itacate, yeah.
Itacate. And they were like little triangle, like a little triangle, thick tortillas. Kind of like chalupas, I guess is what they were saying. Anyway, they were super amazing.
Yeah, they were really good. And growing up in San Diego, I mean, I was exposed to a lot of Mexican food, I thought.
Yeah,
but the thing that Ken was just talking about, that's like only in Tepoztlan.
That thing, itacate.
That's their thing.
Yes.
But Ken was introduced like to a certain kind of meat. So we got to visit with my family, and my family from Mexico often watches our show, the Farm Talk Friday, and so it was really nice. Like they came to the city to meet us in Mexico City, and we didn't have any idea that like where they lived in relation to the city and where we were going. And apparently where they live is not that far from Tepoztlan, so they offered to like give us a ride the next day. So anyway, we got to spend even more time with them, and so yeah, one of my cousins, I don't want to like name my family. It's like,
we don't do that?
I think that
We have to ask
I
them
should
first?
have, I think people, I'm not comfortable with like
Okay.
Facebook knowing everything. My
Yeah.
fucking facial recognition at the goddamn Houston airport. Like,
Giovanna did not like that. All right.
anyway, so Ramon, whoops,
there's
yeah. Anyways, my family introduced him to something that was also special to like that particular state in,
Morelos.
yeah.
Morelos. Cecina. It was Cecina beef, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Should we get out until next week?
No.
Okay.
The corn, like we had this beautiful corn when we were gone. I mean, something always happens when we leave and then we come back. We're like, uh-oh. So I don't know, maybe we missed a message or something, and it was harvested for us and we didn't see it. But mysteriously, the beautiful corn, except for like 2 stalks, has all but disappeared.
Yeah.
And I saw like black bugs on it from afar, like the 2 last stalks. I went to go observe it, and they weren't anything to like worry about. It was like these little black bees that we often get, and you know they could have just been on it like drinking water. There was another like little fly, but I don't know. It's kind of like a party. There's ants on them. But anyway, we have like this corn mystery that we need to solve.
We'll report on that next week.
Yes. So now we're done.
All right. For my beautiful wife, Giovanna, I'm Ken Jordan. This has been Farm Talk Friday. We'll see you next week here from the Green Wave House.